from our home and native land, Toronto's newest pulp culture podcast, covering your favorite comics, collectibles, media, nerderific origin stories, and more. Hosted by your northern neighbor, Jowy Pangolinin. Here it is, nerdos and nerdettes, Comic Sync!
Hey, nerdos and nerdettes, this is Joey from Comic Sync, and I'm here with the crew.
Canya.
Geoff.
And we have so many things to talk about today. This is our Deadpool episode, but first we want to talk a little bit about the new things happening this week. So, Canya, you had news about our Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
our only hope?
There's rumors coming from TMZ that they've obtained an official synopsis, and take this with a grain of salt because it is TMZ.
Yeah.
But they've gotten an official synopsis of what is going to be the next Star Wars story movie, which will be an Obi-Wan Kenobi film.
You know what? I'm happy about that, but also I'm very worried about the upcoming one happening, Solo.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, I'm down for Obi-Wan Kenobi as long as they get Ewan McGregor back.
Yeah.
So
you got that full Jesus look?
Yep, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Ewan McGregor, full Jesus look, and, you know, give us a good director to pair him with, and we're good to go. But, with Solo coming up in the next week or so, I'm, like, on the fence with it still. I am going to go see it.
It's just there's no storyline, right? Like, that I know of, at least. Like, all the trailers, it could just be, you know, cheesing us into a whole other direction that we just don't know where it's going to.
Yeah, and as, like, the resident Comics Inc. movie reviewer, I haven't read any of the advanced reviews, mostly because I don't want to taint my own viewing of the film.
That's another thing.
But I'm going to see it in America.
Yeah,
so that's going to be
away.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be away. I'll be in San Francisco, and I'm going to go watch it there and see how it goes.
Yeah. And the other news in TV is Batwoman is apparently coming to the Arrowverse. How do we feel about that?
Geoff, how do you feel about that?
I feel about that. I haven't watched Arrow since season 2. So, Batwoman's like a cool character, but I'm not really like...
What do you wish for them to do with her, though? Well... See, I'm worried.
Geoff is like summing up how we all feel about it.
No, because like really, like if you want to talk about like Batwoman, like what are they gonna do with it? Like what? Like okay, like for like fan casting, for example.
Yeah.
Like for like any of the like CW shows and like fan casting for all the superhero ones, like you can't really say like, oh, I want to see this person for that because obviously it's TV, right?
Yeah.
So like,
and they also bring in a lot of people we don't know.
Yeah, it's just like random names who then kind of just
they get famous from that. So I'm curious to see what they do. I mean, realistically, because it's CW, because it's TV, we're gonna get a bit more of a sanitized Batwoman, to be sure.
A Purell Batwoman, sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how extensive they're going to go into her background, you know, being a queer woman. Like, I hope that they really do stick true to what the character is and who she is. But, again, with CW, it's probably going to be queer baiting and just, like,
I don't know.
teen angst everywhere.
The thing about it is that I do try to watch as much CW as I can, and obviously I'm watching DC's Legends because of my girl Sarah. But the only thing about it, too, is that if they're going to bring Batwoman, are they going to bring her into the crevice of Flash or the crevice of DC Legends or Arrow?
Like, personally, if they want to do Batwoman, I'm just like, give her her own series and put it on the DC Universe streaming site. Like,
yeah.
I would prefer that. Just create a new Gotham, create Batwoman, use her as a leverage point for, like, introducing some other characters onto TV, and go from there. Like, don't try to stick more characters into this Arrowverse that, you know, is so divisive amongst fans, I guess.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And also, if the CW guys are listening to Comics Inc. at all...
ComicsInc.ca.
that shout-out, that forever shout-out that we do. Like, the queer baiting, yes, I understand. Like, that's something that not a lot of people are going to be very happy about, but if you are going to do Batwoman, do her well. No, you know, and, like, just don't desaturate her, and there's just too much, you know? Like, I can't even talk about it.
On behalf of Len, please do not stick her in a leather jacket. For the love of God, stop with the leather jackets.
Make her look like the Batwoman that she is, and bring in Renee Montoya there. Do your thing. And the other thing in comics news is this coming up week, Black Panther, Doc Strange, the Immortal Hulk, is going to be in the comic stand, so check out your...
All new number ones.
Yep. And Captain Marvel... You have a little news for that too, right?
Yeah, a little news for all you Agent Coulson fans for the Captain Marvel movie that's coming out.
Are there
March
any
2019.
Agent Coulson fans?
I think
There's
so.
one. There's got to be one.
There has to be one.
If you look hard enough, you'll find one.
He gets an origin story in a film that is an origin story. So yay.
Gosh, what is up with it? Yeah, sure. Very cool. And of course, we are here to talk about Deadpool because finally all of us saw it. So everybody who has not seen Deadpool 2, probably stop listening right now. We gotta get like a sound effect that's like spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
When we have more budget.
Sure, yeah, we can do that.
So if you're listening and you like what you see,
give us money.
Donate money.
And we'll make that happen.
We take Canadian Tower money too, yeah. So I really liked it, guys. Like, as you said, Kenya, he's a Canadian treasure, this dude.
Ryan Reynolds, yes. Yeah, I mean, if there's ever actors that were born to play specific characters, Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool.
Yeah.
It was almost like Rob Liefeld was writing the character with, like, Ryan in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I'm pretty
sure Ryan Reynolds was probably, like, a teenager when he was doing that. But
like, yeah. They just a match made in heaven. He's such a joy to watch, and obviously he's an actor that takes that role seriously and does a lot of research and knows how he wants to play the character, so it's nice to see that.
It was a good redemption for him too.
Yeah, especially after Green Lantern, like people weren't a fan of him as a superhero, and then he really, and you know what, he was the one that made that redemption. Like if it wasn't for that video he put together on YouTube that sold everybody on him as Deadpool, we wouldn't have had those movies.
Yeah, he's perfect.
You know, shout out to all the producers and the people behind the scenes who took that risk with the first movie, and then, you know, obviously the second movie is a continued success. They got the highest Thursday night preview of an R-rated movie of all time. I think beating out It from last year. So
very cool. Geoff, did you like it?
I liked it a lot, yes.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to I don't know,
Deadpool?
1 to
One to Deadpool, I liked it
like Deadpool.
Yeah.
No, and I asked Geoff only because he's our most likely he's going to be on a little bit of a negative zone with some things.
That's not true. I like you saying you are. That's not true.
But if Geoff likes it, I mean, that's
that means it's good.
It made me laugh. You know, I smiled, I cried.
You cried?
I didn't cry, but... No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to get the one negative thing out of the way, and I said this in my written review, like, I think with all the humor that was in the film, some of that emotional... sentiment was a little bit lost, like, you know.
Yeah, I never really felt like I was...
Like, you never, like, you know, you never felt some of the deaths in the way that you should have, and, like, that's okay.
It was also quick.
It was quick, and you know what, that's okay. I think that was the intention of the movie, but, like, if it was my one gripe, and I can see it, you know, with other reviewers and people that are definitely not comics fans would probably pick up on that and see it as more of a negative.
Yeah.
But in terms of if you're a comics fan and you understand, you know, Deadpool as a character, or have grown to appreciate Deadpool just from watching the first film, this is how the character is. Like, it's not really about...
He's a satire
It's
superhero.
a satire character, so it's not really about lingering on the emotional moments, but I can see some people feeling that's a negative, because...
I mean, if you will, it's like... he's the SNL / Mad TV of superheroes, and if you're looking for connections to Infinity War, to all these other Avenger movies, please don't look for it in Deadpool. You're not going to find it there.
No.
Yeah. And the X-Force, remember when we first saw Terry Crews as like the special X-Force member that's going to be in Deadpool, and then you watch it and you're like, well, he had more of a scene in commercials for Old Spice than he had with this film, man.
Yeah, you know what? And I think that was just a great way to kind of subvert expectations. Like, you know, you thought you were getting this full, like, roster of brand new characters. Oh,
Marvel
my
and
God.
the red herrings, man.
And then, you know, and again, spoiler alert, you should have really stopped listening by now, but, like, to have them introduce all of these characters and then within, like, not even 10 minutes, have them all die horribly was great.
Yep. You were happy about that, Geoff.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was very fun.
What was your favorite death?
Oh, man. I've never really liked, I mean, everything that happened with, I guess, Bill Skarsgård's character, and then Pete. afterwards.
Friggin' Pete, man.
Sugar bear.
Yeah, what Terry Crews was good. Obviously, the Vanisher. What happened to him?
Oh,
they were all good. I
My
actually
Lord.
love the detail with Shatterstar where when he hits like the helicopter fans, it's green goo.
Yeah. It looked like 90s gel that just like spewed all over the place.
Or stuff that like Slimer from like the Ghostbusters would get on you. But I loved it just because, he says he's from Mojo World, and for like casual viewers, they're not going to understand what that is at all. So it was just
probably thinking it's something like, is he from Austin Powers, this guy?
Yeah, and so it was such a great call out to the fact that yes, he was an alien.
Yeah. Totally. But you know what? There was a part of me that wanted more X-Force, but just the way that they died, I was happy with it.
Yeah, no, definitely, I was fine with it. Obviously, we're going to have the X-Force in it, this is going to be exciting.
How did you feel?
The way they killed him off, it's like, I'm fine with that.
How did you feel about Pete, though?
Pete?
That was so random.
Just his character in general?
Yeah,
it was pretty, because obviously he's not from the comics or anything.
I know.
He's just like a random guy. It's like a throwaway joke.
He's just like a middle-aged dude that he was like, I saw the ad, so,
Yeah, but I kind of like that, because it pokes fun at the whole idea of, like, any movie that's ever done, like, we need to get a team, And then it's like, you get all of these badass people, where I'm like, seriously, who would actually respond to these ads? And I love the fact that it's just, like, some guy who probably wanted to join a club, and he was like, this sounds fun, let me do this.
Guys, that's what I did with you. And our Pete is Geoff, because Cyril was the one that brought Geoff to us.
Aww.
Geoff with a G, guys. Geoff with a G.
Of course, yeah, get that right, please.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And can we just talk about... Okay, the thing about this movie, too, is, like, I know that we were just talking about the fact that there wasn't, like, a significant, like, I bawled my eyes out moment, but there was a theme of depression with Deadpool. Because, guess what, guys? Vanessa died very, very early on. And I know, he tried to off himself, like, basically in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Right? And, I mean, Deadpool, like, of course, yeah, whatever, like, he regenerates and all that kind of good stuff, but he was done. Like, do you guys think that was kind of dark for kids watching this stuff, or?
Well, first of all, you probably shouldn't be bringing your 10-year-old to watch that movie.
I know.
R-rated.
I know.
I think I saw maybe one or two kids.
But I think from, like, depression, like, standpoint, I mean, yeah, it makes sense as a reaction to someone, like, losing, the most important person in the world to them. And then,
that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. And he internalized a lot of it as being, his fault.
Yeah.
Because the bad guys followed him home.
Yeah.
But in terms of maybe how they handled the depression, like...
it was still satire.
It was still satire.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't... I don't think it was ever an intent to actually explore depression or how somebody reacts to things. I think the real interesting bit was maybe how far they were taking Deadpool's powers.
Yeah, that's kind of... Maybe that was just the way of going there.
Again, I'm not sure, because I, to be honest, haven't read a lot of the Deadpool comics, so I'm not actually sure how far his powers do go. Like, if you can piece him back together after he dismembers himself. Like, so I thought that was interesting, but in terms of... Did I really, like, feel emotionally connected to those points because of their so much humor?
Yeah.
Like, that sequence after Vanessa died with, like, the James Bond spoof. I was like, wow. I'm like, and I felt torn. I'm like, I should feel sad she's dead, but oh my god.
So good.
Yeah,
It's too
laughing
funny.
at these credits, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what was it? Jeez, what were they?
Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't understand
like...
what just happened. Did they really just kill her?
Yeah. It was almost just as good as the movie, like, itself, just watching those credits roll by.
And I think that's the point. Like, I feel like we were almost poking fun at the idea of, like, how much do people actually get invested into this stuff? Because at the end of the day, it's fiction. So let's just go and kind of confront you with your own confusion right now.
Do you think the actor from Vanessa is going to jump ship to DC now? We were talking about this. She was amazing Catwoman.
For anybody listening, we all love Reynold We Trust, Firefly. She was a great villain in V. But
in Gotham.
She was in Gotham.
She was in Gotham, but I've always wanted her to be Catwoman. Like, back when they were even casting for Catwoman in
Pixie haircut or non-pixie haircut?
Nolan. She could do both. She honestly looks like the comics come to life. Like, she looks like Selena Kyle, and she said it herself. She'd love to play Catwoman, so...
It's done.
Warner Brothers, if you're listening.
Yeah, comicsync.ca. Very cool. But you know who I was very impressed with, and I don't know if you guys feel the same, I hope you do, was Russell.
Yes, and